Many folks believe that to be prepared, you need the latest high-tech tools and gadgets. It's easy to get swept up in the allure of flashy survival gear, but let's dispel this misconception right now. You see, when it comes to survival, it's not always about having the latest and greatest gadgets. In fact, sometimes these high-tech tools can do more harm than good. Take generators, for instance. They're often touted as a must-have for any survival situation. But here's the hard truth. Generators are loud, heavy, and can draw unwanted attention. In a survival scenario where discretion is key, the last thing you want is a noisy generator announcing your location to the world. Moreover, generators are not infallible. What happens when it breaks down or runs out of fuel? You're left with a heavy, space-consuming piece of equipment that's essentially useless. And let's not forget the fact that you may not even have access to the fuel needed to keep it running. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently bad about high-tech tools. They can certainly be useful, but they should not be the centerpiece of your survival plan. It's crucial to remember that survival is about adaptability and resourcefulness, not about having the most expensive gear. Your survival strategy should be built around practicality and functionality. Items that are durable, reliable, and serve multiple purposes should take precedence over flashy high-tech tools. So, in a survival situation, it's not about the flashy gear, but rather the practical and useful items. Remember, the key to survival isn't about who has the most gadgets, but who can make the most of what they have. It's about being smart, resourceful, and above all, prepared. So, let's focus on what really matters and not get distracted by the shiny allure of high-tech tools. Another common mistake is overloading on MREs and canned goods. It's a scenario we've all seen before. A prepper's pantry filled to the brim with canned vegetables, soup, and enough MREs to feed an army. But is this really the smartest way to prepare for a crisis? Let's take a closer look. When it comes to survival food, the knee-jerk reaction is to stock up on non-perishables like canned goods and MREs. After all, they have a long shelf life and they're easy to store, but there's a catch. These foods are often high in sodium and preservatives and low in essential nutrients. In a high-stress survival situation, your body needs more than just calories. It needs a balanced diet to keep your immune system strong and your energy levels high. Another issue with these foods is that they can be hard on your digestive system. They're often low in fiber, which can lead to constipation and other digestive issues. This is the last thing you want to deal with when you're trying to survive. And let's not forget about the sheer bulk and weight of these items. Canned goods are heavy, and MREs take up a lot of space. In a situation where you might need to be mobile, lugging around a bunch of cans and MREs is not ideal. So what's the alternative? Consider foods that are lightweight, compact, and nutritionally dense. Dried fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, and legumes are all great options. They're high in fiber and packed with essential nutrients, and they're much lighter and more compact than cans or MREs. You should also think about how you're going to cook your food. A simple camping stove and a pot can make a world of difference. You can use them to cook grains and legumes and to rehydrate dried fruits and vegetables. Finally, don't forget about water. You'll need clean, safe water for drinking, cooking, and hygiene. So make sure you have a reliable way to purify water, like a portable water filter or purification tablets. Remember, survival is not just about having food, but having the right kind of food. It's about planning and preparing in a way that maximizes your chances of staying healthy and resilient in a survival situation. Many preppers focus heavily on stockpiling guns and ammunition. Now, there's no denying the importance of a good defense strategy when you're trying to survive in a world gone awry. But there's a common misconception that survival equals an arsenal. That to weather the storm, you need to be armed to the teeth with the latest and greatest in firepower. But let's take a moment to reconsider this approach. In a survival situation, conflict is not your friend. Engaging in a firefight not only exposes you to immediate danger but also gives away your location and depletes your valuable resources. Instead, your best chance at survival often lies in avoiding conflict altogether. The less attention you draw to yourself and your supplies, the better off you'll be. This is where skills like camouflage, evasion, and stealth come into play. By blending into your surroundings, you can effectively become invisible to potential threats. Evasion tactics allow you to navigate your environment without drawing attention to your movements. And stealth? Well, stealth is all about moving quietly and leaving no trace. These are the skills that can keep you safe and out of harm's way. Firepower, on the other hand, is loud, conspicuous, and resource-heavy. Each bullet you fire is a bullet you can't get back. Each gun you carry is weight you could be using for essential supplies, and while a firearm might protect you in a pinch, it's not going to help you find food, purify water, or navigate unfamiliar terrain. So instead of stockpiling weapons, consider investing in knowledge and skills. Learn how to camouflage yourself and your camp. Practice moving silently and leaving no trace. Understand the principles of evasion and how to avoid detection. These are the tools that will truly increase your chances of survival. Remember, your best defense in a survival situation is often your ability to stay hidden and avoid conflict. So before you go out and buy that new assault rifle, take a moment to think about what you're really preparing for. Survival isn't about outgunning the competition, it's about outsmarting them. One essential item that's often overlooked is a good quality compass. Now you might be thinking, a compass? Really? In this day and age of high-tech GPS systems and smartphones? But hear me out. A compass is one of the most reliable tools you can have in a survival situation, and here's why. Firstly, a compass doesn't rely on batteries or electricity to function. This makes it a dependable tool, especially in situations where power might be scarce or non-existent. Imagine being lost in the wilderness. Your phone's battery has died, and there's no signal to connect to a GPS. A compass, in this case, can be a real lifesaver, guiding you in the right direction. Secondly, a compass is lightweight and compact, making it an easy addition to any survival kit without taking up much space or adding unnecessary weight. This is crucial when you're on the move and need to carry essentials without being weighed down. Moreover, a compass is also a versatile tool. Not only can it guide you to safety, but it can also help you map out your surroundings, which is essential when you're in unfamiliar territory. It can help you locate water sources, identify potential shelter locations, and even help you avoid danger zones. Lastly, a compass is a durable tool. It can withstand harsh conditions and rough handling, making it a long-term investment. Plus, it's not subject to technological glitches or malfunctions like digital devices. So while it might be tempting to rely on the latest technology for navigation, a compass offers reliability, durability, and simplicity that high-tech gadgets often can't match. In a survival situation, these qualities can make all the difference. A compass is a simple, compact tool that can be a lifesaver in a survival situation. So don't overlook this classic tool when preparing your survival kit. Remember, survival isn't about having the latest and greatest gear, but about having the right tools that you can rely on when you need them most. Manual tools and prescription medications are two overlooked but crucial items for survival. A phrase we've all heard is, the right tool for the right job. When the grid goes down and there's no electricity, your power tools will be as good as paperweights. That's where manual tools come in. Think basic. Screwdrivers, wrenches, saws, hammers, and pliers. These tools don't need electricity or batteries to function. They're reliable and can be used for a wide range of tasks, from making shelter to repairs, even to creating other tools. Remember, our ancestors built entire civilizations with manual tools. In a survival situation, these tools could be your best bet to maintain your shelter, fix your gear, and keep your survival space running smoothly. But survival isn't just about maintaining your physical environment. It's also about maintaining your health. That's where prescription medications come into play. If you or a family member rely on prescribed medicines for chronic conditions, it's vital to have an adequate supply on hand in a survival situation. Running out of necessary medications during a crisis could lead to serious health complications, or worse, become a life-threatening situation. So add extra prescription medications to your survival kit checklist. Talk to your doctor about getting an extended supply for emergencies. Also, don't forget about prescription eyewear. If you rely on glasses or contact lenses to see, make sure you have extra pairs and supplies. Here's a pro tip. Learn about natural alternatives and remedies too. In a prolonged crisis, you might run out of medications. Knowing how to use plants and herbs for medicinal purposes could become a lifesaver. In conclusion, manual tools and prescription medications are crucial for any survival situation. They help you maintain your shelter and your health. Two key aspects of survival. So next time you're reviewing your survival kit, don't forget these essentials. Remember, survival is about being prepared for all scenarios, including health emergencies and repair needs. One of the most surprising must-have supplies that preppers often forget is seeds for gardening. As we delve deeper into the essentials of survival, let's not forget the importance of sustainable food sources. Sure, those packaged and canned foods might last for a while, but what happens when they run out? That's where seeds for gardening come into play. Picture this scenario. The crisis extends for many months, or even years. The canned beans and dried pasta you've been living off are long gone. You're left wondering where your next meal will come from. If you had taken the time to stockpile seeds and learn a little about gardening, you'd be in a very different situation. Seeds are lightweight, easy to store, and with a little know-how can provide a consistent source of fresh food. You can grow a variety of fruits, vegetables, and grains, providing your body with the essential nutrients it needs to stay healthy and strong. In addition to being a food source, gardening can also be therapeutic. It can provide a sense of purpose and routine in a world turned upside down. Tending to your garden, watching your plants grow, and reaping the fruits of your labor can be a rewarding experience that brings a sense of normalcy and peace. And let's not forget the practical skills that come with gardening. Understanding how to cultivate soil, control pests, and conserve water are valuable skills that can come in handy in a variety of survival situations. But remember, it's not just about having the seeds. It's also about knowing how to use them. So, while you're stockpiling your seeds, take some time to learn the basics of gardening. Understand the needs of different plants, learn the best times to plant and harvest, and familiarize yourself with common gardening challenges and solutions. In the end, survival is about making smart choices and focusing on the essentials that will actually help you in a real-world situation. So don't overlook the humble seed. It could just be the key to your survival.